My father kept the trauma of the war with him. He said very little about it to me. People who serve in combat are usually reticent about it. But one thing he said to me was absolutely unexpected. It stayed with me for the rest of my life. There was one morning in our house in Gainesville, Georgia, and I was playing with soldiers as kids do, and it was this Korean War, so I was killing commies. And my father kindly, and I could see it as though it happened yesterday, he kindly interrupted me and said, "Son, we will never fight the Russians." And it launched me into a realm at that point of literature, reading Russian literature. What is this culture about? Picking up the novels of Tolstoy, particularly War and Peace, but seeing it in a Southern context, because the 1950s, when I began reading Tolstoy, were a time of intense social tension and conflict in the American South. Desegregation in the schools, trying to get rid of the injustices of racial segregation. All of this was very confusing. And for me, to open Russian literature, to read Tolstoy, had an enormous healing impact. I was fascinated by it. And there too was a culture that was based on unfree labor, the serfdom. We all remember in War and Peace. And Tolstoy was bedeviled by that conflict throughout his life, as you know. So that this transformative experience and traumatic experience of the First World War ultimately created the conditions for my exploration of Russian culture and subsequently my entry into Russia. I think there's so many ways that we can avoid political rhetoric and still work together. So many ways in which history allows us to reconnect. History, heritage, memory,